Hey everyone, my name is Sean Cecil from the Oculus Institute, and today I'm going to teach you why positive psychology is nonsense. Okay, so in the personal development space, one of the major schools of personal development and internal growth and emotional regulation is what's called the positive psychology movement. And while I absolutely agree that there are valuable tools to be found from all kinds of positive psychology courses and coaches and books and all this kind of stuff, living solely by the notion of positive psychology and having that be the defining attribute for how you regulate your emotions is downright dangerous. So most people, they think, hey, listen, I just want to be happy, right? And so if I can just find a way to make myself happy, then life's going to be good. And the positive psychology movement stacks on this and says, hey, listen, the happier you are, the more money you're going to make, the better your relationships are going to be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that is true that, the higher your emotional state, the more likely you are to have the confidence to go do the things you need to succeed in those areas. However, the question of how you get to that higher state is very, very, very relevant. So unfortunately, many people in the positive psychology space misunderstand this. And so they just say, hey, you just got to get there. And they don't realize that the path is important. So they'll advocate just refocusing, just not paying attention to the negative, only paying attention to the positive. And what this results in is a repression of the emotions that you're actually feeling. Now, the problem with this is that emotions don't just go away. If you refuse to acknowledge them, and you refuse to deal with them, and you refuse to feel them, then they will get suppressed, they will go into your subconscious, and they will crystallize there. And then you will not be aware of them, but they will still be holding you back. So when you're in that position where there's something that you really don't want to feel, you actually really, the only way out is through. The only way to do it is to actually feel it. And I'm not saying that you want to sit there and wallow in it, right? Which is the opposite of positive psychology. And some people will do this. They'll go into replaying the story of this thing that happened to them when they were kids or when they were adults or whatever, and they'll just replay the story over and over and over and say, hey, this is why my life is screwed up, this is why it sucks, and I'm so powerless, and this is so horrible. Wallowing isn't going to help you either. What you want to do is you want to acknowledge that emotion. You want to let yourself feel it in its entirety, right? Don't try to shut it off, don't try to redirect, don't try to cut it off from giving you the message that it's trying to give you. And then once you've done that, then you release it and you move on. So there's this happy medium where you're not just denying your emotions, you're not just suppressing stuff and letting it crystallize in your subconscious, but you're also not holding on to it forever or for longer than you need to. So this whole process can happen very quickly, right? I mean, obviously the bigger the source of the emotion, it may take longer, right? If somebody close to you dies, then that may take weeks or months. Other things can be processed, much quicker in days or hours, but give yourself the space to feel that, and then importantly, let it go and release it. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to build a tremendous amount of self-trust, because if you're not honest with yourself about what you're feeling, then that part of you, that subconscious part of you, is not going to feel like there's trust. And so then people come and they say, well, I don't trust myself to go make this decision. I don't trust myself to go build a career I love. I don't trust myself when it comes to dating. I don't trust myself in, all these other things, because they haven't been honest with themselves about how they've really felt about stuff. And that inner child is very distrustful now of the conscious mind. Whereas if you go forth with this and you allow yourself to feel it and then you release it, it's just like you let a child have their say, but you don't let them throw a temper tantrum forever, then you can build that sense of self-trust. And when you have that self-trust, you stop needing the external validation of other people. You stop being dependent upon the approval of your boss or your parents or whatever other authority figures you've set up, or some group of people that that you're running your decisions by, and you're able to make your own decisions from your own values with a sense of confidence and a sense of self-trust. Before you go, I've got a free gift for you. So if you found this video valuable, if it helped you see the world in a new way, and you're interested in building a career that's going to bring you both personal fulfillment and financial prosperity, then I've got a free presentation for you to help you do just that. So if you go to the link below, it's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. That's www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop. Then it'll take you to a registration for a free presentation. It's about 50 minutes long, that's 50, and it's gonna give you the step-by-step process to building your dream career. See you there.